Okie doke. So I'm here this morning cooking myself some eggs, drinking myself some coffee, and what you're gonna witness is a drawing, right? A drawing that I drew. I already drew it. For some context, I was in the military. I joined the military October of 2016 until September of 2019. So it was almost 3 years. In that time, I obviously went to basic training. I went to AIT. I went to a bunch of cool places. I went to Germany. I went to Iraq. I went to Kuwait, Texas. I went to Missouri. I went to Louisiana. I went to a bunch of different places because of the military. And one of the most impactful places was when I went to basic training. Whenever the initial training that I went to, I had a drill sergeant who actually I still stay in contact with today. Actually, he asked me to draw him something. He's been watching my art path, my art journey, my career, and he really likes my stuff and wants to support my cause. So specifically the request, he wants a drill sergeant, a drawing of a drill sergeant with the Infinity Gauntlet, right? So I did that, and I think I did pretty good. You're just gonna have to watch and see. So let's check it out. I was given a reference photo to, refer to, but the pose that I was given was kind of awkward, so I had to reach out and come up with my own little pose. And so I tried to figure out something that worked, that centralized the gauntlet and easily identified what was going on. This one here, actually, that I'm working on right now, is kind of the idea that they had, but it was too dramatic, too much going on, I think, for my own ability, I do suppose. I'm very certain that somebody could have made it work, but I like a simpler, a bit more toned down type of thing, so I'm exploring different options, as we can plainly see. Also, I'm using this opportunity to become familiar with my products, with my pencil, my red pencil. I'm just kind of staying loose with that. I'm really using an excuse to use it. But here we go. I would like to sit here and talk about some of the supplies that I use for the piece. This is a bit of I do want to mention this is a bit of a different setup for me. The first thing I used was this Ticonderoga erasable pencil. It's just a red pencil, right? Ooh, red pencil, yep. I found a pose that I liked, and here I am just sketching that pose out, getting it on, using my knowledge, using the pose, using the reference photo that I found, and just really going to town. This is the part of the drawing where it started to get really, really fun for me. Starting is always the hardest part, but once I started, it got really fun. In addition to the sketch, whenever I got done with the sketch, I used my technical pens, my Rotring isographs, a 0.5 and a 0.3 here. With two different sizes here. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, there we go. 0.5, 0.3. Inking is definitely, hands down, beyond shadow of doubt, my favorite part of any drawing thus far. So far, my favorite part is just it just starts to come alive. It becomes from a render, from a general sketch to more of a solidified final product, and this is the first stage in which it starts to happen, and it's just, it's so crispy and satisfying. So using the sketching, the line work, and then obviously we had to color the thing, and I used both alcohol-based markers and Prismacolor colored pencils to make this thing happen. I also used a handful of Copic markers. I pretty much used this whole sleeve of markers. These are essentially direct competitors to Copic markers. They're the same thing. Like, here, I'll get up again. It's just a different brand of markers. So here we got Copic markers, and then we got Illustrator by Spectrum Noir. And they both have the brush tip pen. Look, see? It's almost out of ink.
The coloring is the part that I'm least confident with, but overly willing to experiment also on the same token. I acknowledge the fact that black and white is what I'm good at, because that's my comfort zone. Just a good hard contrasting black and white, and I don't know, it just seems easy for me. And concepts of color seems intimidating. Not impossible at all, and I do have to look at several references for color palettes, and I do have to check out sometimes I have to look up a tutorial on how to color, and because I don't have it all figured out. But this is the part where I'm just having fun, just constantly. Commission work helps to push that boundary, to push that comfort zone, and force me to get out and experiment a lot more with color and other things that I'm just not exactly comfortable with.
I did not have all of the colors I needed, but one of the cool things about alcohol-based markers is that you can blend them together to get different colors, different whatever. So using I know it didn't really show you the whole process of me creating the guy's face, the color, but this was I was supposed to make an African American, and all I have with me are light skin tones. That's all I had. So I had to use a combination of like gray, the skin tone. I even had to use green and orange, and all of these mixed together made a brown. Like with the belt and the little medallion on the top, and then obviously the glove, right? I didn't have a gold color, but I did have a gold color colored pencil, so I used it out of this. And essentially that's what I used. I just wanted to kind of break down what I used, the materials. Yeah.
This background was so much fun to do. I will say, in addition to color, background work is something I'm not strong at, not my strongest at anyway, but I did manage to find, I used inspiration for this piece, not an exact reference point, but an idea, a concept of like these characters, these monsters, these whatever, coming out of the sky, coming out of like just whatever, surrounding this centralized character, the drill sergeant, and he has essentially used the Infinity Gauntlet on these characters, and then half of them are just kind of withering away. The rest of them are just in a panic. The ones, and so that's the concept, that's the idea behind the characters in the back. But I will say, I ran out of almost every single color of my markers. Like, they're almost all dry, and thankfully I made some money on this commission, so I can go and buy some more. And here I am, signing it away, putting the final little touches on it, and just getting it ready for a brand new home. And here's the final product.
That's it. That's the end. I hope you enjoyed this piece. It's a really cool piece. I enjoyed it. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna say thank you. If you want a piece of commission, if you want a commission done by me, let me know. You can message me. You can type it down in the comments, or you can do it on my Instagram. You can DM me. You can tell me what you want, and I'll see what I can do for you. So we are in quarantine still, so I have plenty of time to do drawings, to make art, to make videos, to do lots of cool stuff, because I'm here in the house all day, every day, and I'm gonna go insane if you don't give me something to do. So please give me something to do. Thanks, bye.